Levi's founded his company in 1853, selling dry goods to small general stores in San Francisco and other parts of the West. In 1873, Levi Strauss partnered with a tailor named Jacob Davis to create the first production of jeans. Shortly after, the two horses logo was created to brand their jeans. The logo represents the quality and how tough the jeans are. In the early 1900s, Levi's introduces additional items added to the line, such as the iconic red tab, women's jeans and clothing, khaki pants and coats, which we now know as Dockers. During World War II, changes were made to the jeans to conserve raw materials. Many U.S. soldiers would wear Levi's jeans and jackets overseas, which gave them their first exposure internationally. Levi's later expands to the likes of Europe and Asia in 1965. In the 1980s, Levi's was given the opportunity to make clothes for athletes in the Olympics of 1980 and 1984. They also started to build Levi's stores in Europe, opening 527 stores during an 8-year time period. From then until now, Levi has accomplished a lot. They've been able to expand their line, launch many campaigns and collections, receive awards, and collaborate with other brands.
Levi Strauss & Company from its beginning has been actively aware of their responsibility with employees, suppliers, and the communities where they work. Levi Strauss & Company is committed to follow responsible business practices through their programs, policies, and actions. For the civil rights movement during World War II, Levi's had hired African American sewing machine operators in its factories in San Francisco, Vallejo, and Santa Cruz, California. Some employees resisted, others quit, but the company stayed firm with its commitment to maintain an integrated workforce. Levi's supports the Employment Non-Discrimination Act proposed by U.S. Congress, which would prohibit companies with at least 15 employees to discriminate in hiring and employment on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. Levi's provides with HIV community support and education, supports policy advocacy, law reform, and other efforts to eradicate discrimination against people living with HIV and AIDS. Since 1983, along with this foundation, has contributed more than $6 million in grants to HIV organizations in more than 40 countries. Factors that make their products must adhere to the terms of engagement. These terms define labor, health, issues of child and forced labor, disciplinary practices, working hours, wages and benefits, building integrity, discrimination, freedom of association, safety, and environmental guidelines to ensure the safety of their workers and their communities. Levi's is also committed to reduce energy, water usage, chemicals, and other materials in the making of their products for a cleaner environment by focusing on the three areas most impacted: the planet, production, and people.
Levi Strauss is a private company that brings in $4.5 billion in revenue each year. As a private company, there is no stock available for purchase to the public. However, Levi Strauss KK, the Japanese counterpart, offers stock at a price of 347 Japanese yen, or around a whopping $3.25. Although stocks are unavailable in the United States, people can still purchase bonds that amount to a total of $385 million at a 6.875% interest rate. It's not too shabby. As a fun fact, Levi Strauss will be paying $220 million to Santa Clara and the 49ers for naming rights to the new 49ers Stadium over the next 20 years.
What I think is really awesome about coming to work at Ellis & Co. is that we're absolutely a non-hierarchical environment.
Levi Strauss is all about attracting, developing, and retaining the top talent in the retail industry. For training, Levi's offers a 6-month training program that allows its new hires to work on a project, researching trendy apparel while learning technical and personal skills along the way in stores. This creates a well-rounded employee ready to work for the company. In addition, Levi's offers great benefits through its Red Tab Foundation, in which the company provides financial assistance in the event of emergencies and the need for educational scholarships. In 2014, Red Tab provided over $1 million funds to both current and retired Levi employees. It is a great support group created by a company that values teamwork and community.
Probably the biggest message is that all of us, every company, every individual really has a responsibility as an inhabitant of planet Earth to do what they can to make a difference.
The current president and CEO of Levi Strauss & Company as of 2011 is Chip Bergh. Bergh is also one of 11 members on the board of directors. The board is in charge of overseeing all operations of Levi Strauss & Company. In addition to the board of directors, there is an executive team that manages the company's different departments. Bergh has served in numerous roles of leadership in his past positions in Procter & Gamble, a consumer goods company. Located in San Francisco, California, Levi Strauss keeps a traditional office space layout for its headquarters, with the exception of its Eureka Innovation Lab located just a few blocks away from its headquarters. Levi Strauss & Company also has their European headquarters in Brussels and a Singapore-based headquarters for its Asian, Middle Eastern, and African divisions.
Levi's is recognized all over the world because of its American authenticity and craftsmanship. Coupled with the ubiquity of American culture, this creates a domineering monopoly of the domestic and international denim shares. With over 2,800 stores in over 110 countries, including Canada, Europe, and Japan, Levi's locations are as varied as their prices, which peak high above $100 in several European countries, such as Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, and cost as much as $200 in Zambia. Much of Levi's staying power can be attributed to its consistency and accessibility as a brand. When consumers think of Levi's, they are struck with images of cowboys and miners, but also that of greasers, rockers, and hippies. Levi's have been worn by people from all walks of life, and has carved its way into history for more than a century of existence. From social movements, to revolutions, to Nobel Prize winners, Levi's has, in the words of Gary O'Neill, former creative director for JCPenney, become a brand titan that scales across all lifestyles, genders, and people, encouraging them to innovate, pioneer, disrupt, and most of all, go forth.
All alike and good. Grow, ungrown, young or old, strong, ample, fair, enduring, capable, rich, perennial with the earth, with freedom, law, and love.